I will show you how to get the best understanding of Iran's calculated delay in attacking Israel. This situation is far more complex than it appears on the surface, involving a web of geopolitical strategies, historical tensions, and international diplomacy. This is going to blow your mind. The reasons behind Iran's restraint are multifaceted and deeply rooted in both regional and global politics. After the killing of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, Iran declared its intention for revenge, blaming Israel for the assassination. This event has significantly escalated tensions between the two nations, bringing them to the brink of open conflict. Despite no official claim from Israel, their silence speaks volumes. The lack of a direct response from Israel has left many speculating about their involvement and the potential repercussions of such an act. So why the delay? It's been 12 days since the incident. Each passing day without retaliation raises more questions and heightens the anticipation of what might come next. Iran is known for utilizing proxy attacks through organizations classified as terrorist groups by the West. These groups, such as Hezbollah and Hamas, serve as Iran's extended arm, allowing them to exert influence and carry out operations without direct involvement. Hezbollah in northern Israel and Hamas in Gaza are prime examples. These groups have been instrumental in Iran's strategy to destabilize the region and challenge Israeli security. Recently, Iran has also extended its influence to the Houthi rebels in Yemen, causing trouble in the Red Sea. This expansion of influence demonstrates Iran's broader regional ambitions and its ability to create multiple fronts of conflict. They even launched an attack on Israel last month. This attack, while significant, was not the full-scale retaliation many expected, indicating a more calculated approach by Iran. Following Iran's announcement of retaliation, Western allies have bolstered their military presence in the region. The involvement of Western powers adds another layer of complexity to the situation, as any conflict could quickly escalate into a broader regional war. Aircraft carriers, ships, and submarines are now in place to protect Israel and manage any escalation. This show of force is intended to deter Iran from taking any drastic actions and to reassure Israel of its allies' support. So, why the calculated delay? Iran's leadership is acutely aware of the potential consequences of a direct attack on Israel. They are weighing their options carefully, considering both the immediate and long-term implications. Iran is meticulously analyzing the situation. They are gathering intelligence, assessing Israel's defenses, and considering the international response. This level of strategic planning indicates that Iran is not acting impulsively, but rather with a clear objective in mind. They understand that a successful attack would solidify their military prowess in the region and globally. However, they also recognize that a failed attempt could weaken their position and invite severe retaliation. The stakes are high and the world holds its breath. The international community is closely monitoring the situation, aware that any misstep could lead to a significant escalation in violence. Stay tuned as this high-stakes geopolitical chess game unfolds. The coming days and weeks will be critical in determining the future of the region and the potential for peace or conflict. Iran's next move will be crucial, and the world is watching with bated breath. To understand the current situation, it's essential to look at the historical context. The animosity between Iran and Israel dates back decades, rooted in ideological, political, and religious differences. Over the years, there have been numerous flashpoints, each contributing to the current state of affairs. The 1979 Iranian Revolution marked a significant turning point. The overthrow of the Shah and the establishment of the Islamic Republic brought a new, more hostile regime to power. Ayatollah Khomeini's anti-Israel rhetoric set the stage for decades of tension. In response, Israel has taken various measures to protect its interests and security. This has included military operations, intelligence activities, and forming alliances with other regional powers. The dynamic between these two nations has been a constant push and pull, with each side trying to outmaneuver the other. There have been attempts at diplomacy and peace, but these efforts have often been short-lived. The deep-seated mistrust and conflicting agendas have made lasting peace elusive. However, the possibility of dialogue remains, and some hope that cooler heads will prevail. Economic factors also play a significant role. Sanctions on Iran have crippled its economy, limiting its ability to fund military operations. Conversely, Israel's economic stability and technological advancements give it a strategic advantage. The economic disparity between the two nations adds another layer of complexity to their conflict. In recent years, cyber warfare has emerged as a new battleground. Both Iran and Israel have engaged in cyber attacks, targeting each other's infrastructure and intelligence networks. This digital dimension of warfare adds a modern twist to their age-old conflict. The issue of Iran's nuclear program is another critical factor. Israel has long been concerned about the possibility of Iran developing nuclear weapons. This concern has led to covert operations aimed at sabotaging Iran's nuclear facilities and assassinating key scientists. International efforts to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions have included sanctions, inspections, and diplomatic negotiations. The success of these efforts remains uncertain, and the potential for a nuclear-armed Iran continues to be a significant point of contention. Regional alliances also influence the situation. Iran's relationships with countries like Syria and Lebanon provide it with strategic depth, while Israel's alliances with nations like Saudi Arabia and the UAE create a counterbalance. These alliances shape the geopolitical landscape and impact the decisions made by both Iran and Israel. Public opinion and social media also play a role. The global community is more connected than ever, and public sentiment can influence political decisions. Protests, social media campaigns, and international reactions add pressure on leaders to act or refrain from action. Amidst the tension, there are voices calling for peace and diplomacy. Many hope that through dialogue and negotiation, a resolution can be found that avoids further bloodshed. The path to peace is fraught with challenges, but it remains a possibility. As we continue to watch this unfolding drama, it's clear that the situation is fluid and unpredictable. The decisions made by Iran and Israel in the coming days will have far-reaching consequences, not just for the region but for the world. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's hope for a peaceful resolution to this complex and dangerous standoff.